Good evening and welcome to Mountain Grove Panther Lady Volleyball tonight here on your home of Panther Sports, Big Country 99. We are in Winona tonight, home of the Wildcats. Hey, the state champion in their class, Wildcats, from last year, and setting their record on fire this year as well. They've got a pretty good starting out record for this season, about halfway through it, and they're picking up right where they left off last year. And Mountain Grove comes to town tonight, and the Panthers going to try to get a win here. Hey, we're in a unique setup tonight, Tim. We are sitting in the middle of the Panther faithful. So if you hear something that you shouldn't, know that we did our best to make sure that you didn't hear anything you weren't supposed to.
It's not Chad Watson right in front of me or Joey Golden.
Yeah. There's no school board members here that are sitting next to us or anything. The superintendent's not here. I mean, come on. But yeah, no, we are set up tonight right in the middle. This is going to be a great game to call. It's going to be fun, and it's brought to you, of course, the pregame's brought to you by our friends over at Hawkins Home and Lawn. Don't forget to stop by and check out Hawkins Home and Lawn. Hey, they got you covered for everything, literally home and lawn. Couches, refrigerators, washers, dryers, stoves, lawnmowers, trimmers, mattresses, oh my, they got everything. Make sure you go see my friends over at Hawkins Home and Lawn. We're getting set here, about 8 minutes till tip-off. Hey, let's talk a little bit about the starting lineup. I can give you most of it, but there's always one or two that she changes up that I just can't put those ones together yet. So Sadie Schober, Rowan Kelly, Hadley Driscoll, Aubrey Gerla, and Sophie Peterson have started just about every match this year for the Lady Panthers. Only in the last little bit have we been switching out. You know, Ellie Kreiner, I think, started in the last set, or the last set that we called. But before her, you've had a couple of different ones, like Kylie Roth. Aubrey Owens has been out there a time or two. Addison Watson's been out there a couple of times. Hannah Dowden's been out there a few times in the starting rotation. Lila Golden has gotten it a few times out there. So we'll wait for the starting lineups to be announced to tell you for sure who's going to be out there. But you know that those ones that we've talked about quite often will start it out for you. JV ended up with a W, Tim.
They got one.
Got one W. Yeah, they split it. That's right. They won the first set, lost the second two. That's right.
If you're watching the stream, I got the JV scores up.
There you go. Yep, 25-23 in the first set, 25-8 in the second set. Could never get off the ground there. Came out swinging in the third, but it just kind of got away from them there in the end. And JV ends up taking the loss here.
They didn't lose. They just ran out of time.
That's right, at Winona. You're so positive. You're so positive. As the warm-ups continue here, what we're going to do is send it back to the studio and get a word from our Panther sponsors. And when we come back, we'll have the starting lineups and the opening set for you here from Winona. It's Mountain Grove versus Winona at Winona on your only home of Panther Sports, Big Country 99. Good evening and welcome back to Lady Panther Volleyball here on your home of Panther Sports, Big Country 99. Hey, we got a secret weapon with us. That's Tim Wilson. If you need him to affect the other team, just send him to get starting lineups. He'll go pull the coach out of the huddle and be like, hey, coach, I need your starting lineup.
That's right.
That is not what I wanted you to do, Timmy. Anyway, let's talk a little bit about
initiative.
You did. Let's talk a little bit about this matchup. Of course, Lady Panthers Class 3 District 11 with Lady Wildcats Class 1 District 7. Panthers with a 45% win rate. You're looking at 96% for the Wildcats. Panthers come into this one 11, 12, and 1. I don't really want to tell you what the Lady Wildcats record is.
Oh, it wouldn't be 27 and 1.
It's 27 and 1. Yeah, they're 27 and 1 on the year. At home, we're 2 and 2. They're 8 and 0. 4 and 3 away. They're 4 and 1 away. And the tourney record, we're 5, 7 and 1, and they're 15 and 0 in tournament play. We at match point 1.3, them 2.5. Points allowed 1.3 for us and 0.2 for them. When you go look at common opponents, they've beaten everybody that we lost to. So, I mean, that's not really much to say there in the common opponents. For your starters for Winona, you'll have Sadie Kyle, the middle hitter, sophomore. Lexi Lindsay, the setter, she's a senior. Bristol Lay, she's a right setter. She's a sophomore. Taylor Williams, middle hitter, she's a senior. Lauren Martin is the outside hitter, and she's a sophomore. And followed up with Sophie Kyle, the outside hitter. She is also a senior. Lady Panthers getting set for the national anthem here. As they get set for the national anthem, we're going to take a break here and send it back to the studio to get a word from our Panther sponsors right here on your home of Mountain Grove Panther Sports. It's Big Country 99. Welcome back to Lady Panther Volleyball here on your home of Panther Sports, Big Country 99. Hey, we're in Winona tonight. It's the Lady Panthers versus the Lady Wildcats. Starting lineups being announced right now for Winona. Like we told you earlier, Sadie Kyle, Lexi Lindsay, Bristol Lay, Taylor Williams, Lauren Martin, and Sophie Kyle will round it out for the Wildcats. For your Lady Panthers, Sadie Schober, Rowan Kelly, Lila Golden, Hadley Driscoll, Aubrey Gerla, Ellie Kreiner, and Sophie Peterson will start it off for the Lady Panthers tonight here as we are on the court. They're getting ready to circle it up and slap hands, and then we'll get ready to go here as they make their trip around the court to shake hands at the net. Got the starters out there for the Lady Panthers.
And tough game for the Panthers, I'm sure, but
I've heard that.
yes,
I've heard that.
She said on Coach Bayer said this morning on Coach's Corner that she likes these tough games. She likes a little bit of resistance and helps grow the team. She doesn't like to just roll over people. And
you want to play good competition because it makes you better. You know, you're not looking for that team that you can just roll over because, you know, what does that do for you?
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing. As we are set to go, what is going on with the it's about to play some tag team up in here.
Oh, no.
Let me clear my throat.
You got to take the headphones off?
No.
Let's get down.
About to start dancing here. You better watch out. Tim's going to bust a move, and then it'll be over.
That's not me.
So Ellie Kreiner will check out here. Before we even have anything, Ellie Kreiner checks out. And who came in that wasn't out there already? That's weird. Anyway, that is a good question. Serve on the way from the Lady Panthers. They'll bump it out on the other side, set it for the outside hitter, and that right there is why she went to state last year. That was Taylor Williams, their middle hitter. She is a senior, and she hits it with authority, 1-0. Winona.
That's good. That tombstone quote, should I hate her?
Yeah, Roth checks in for the Panthers there. She'll dig one out, gets bumped over back to Winona's side of things. They'll set it up, bump it back to the Panthers. Nice. That's a diving save there for Roth from the back line. They'll set Winona up again, and she, you know, she was back there. She just couldn't get turned to go get it. But Kylie Roth making a difference on the back line from the start here. Point does go to Winona, though. So back to serve for Winona is number 13. That's Lindsay. She'll send it on its way. Roth will dig it out for the Panthers. Sophie Peterson will bump it over to Gerla, who pushes it across to the other side of the net, sets it up for the outside hitter. She'll put it across, dug out by Roth, set up for Peterson, and that's a kill. Sophie Peterson scores for the Lady Panthers, 2-1. That will send Aubrey Gerla back to serve for the Lady Panthers. Serve on the way. It'll be dug out on the other side. She'll set it for the outside hitter. She pushes it across. Sophie, that was, yeah. That was a hot shot is what that was.
That was a missile.
Schober able to dig the first one out, but the second one came right back at her. 3-1. Serve gets across. It's dug out by Peterson. Gerla sets it for Golden. And that's a Panther point. Lila Golden will score for the Lady Panthers. 3-2 your score here. And Golden will check out. Kreiner checks in. Also Virtue checking in. Who else came out? Kelly and Driscoll. Across the serve from Schober, dug out and set up for the outside hitter. She bumps it to the Panthers. Kreiner will bump it, and Gerla sets it. Kreiner sends it. Dug out on the other side. Now they'll set it up for the middle hitter. Nice block, but it goes out of bounds. That was Virtue and Peterson combining for the block there, but it rolls down the net and out of bounds. Point goes to Winona. It's 4-2 here in the first set. Serve coming. She'll get it across. It's dug out by Peterson, set by Gerla, and there's a nice hard one from Peterson, and that's going to score for the Lady Panthers, as just unable to get it back in play was Winona, and that will send Peterson back to serve, and Kelly checks back in for the Lady Panthers. That serve from Peterson will be dug out, set by the outside setter, backline middle hitter sends it over, It'll be dug out by Schober, set for Kreiner. She'll send it. They'll dig it out on the back line. Now that's Schober with the dig. Gerla with the set. Kreiner with the...
just a bit outside, looks like.
Kill. No, that's a Panther point. They
Really?
say that Winona tipped it. We're tied at 4 here. That's why you got to wait for the call from the net official, Tim.
I'm going to do that.
Peterson back to serve for the Lady Panthers. She'll send it on its way. The back line will dig it out. Set by the middle setter for the outside hitter, and she'll score as there's nobody there. Peterson laid out for it, but a little too late there, and that'll be a point for Winona. It's 5-4.
So Peterson comes out, Hadley Driscoll's in.
There you go. Serve coming from Winona. That's going to be Virtue with the dig. Set by Gerla. That's Kelly who sends it. It'll be dug out on the other side now. They'll set it for the outside hitter. She sends one winging, and that is who? 22 that's checked in for the Lady Panthers. That is Hannah Dowden who dug that one out. That point, though, will go to Winona as it gets out of bounds. I didn't see who Dowden checked in for. So on the floor for the Lady Panthers now, serve coming. That's dug out by Virtue. Gerla will set it for Kelly. Kelly hits it into the net. Point goes to Winona. You've got Kelly, Kreiner, Virtue, Dowden, Schober, and one more, Gerla. Gerla sets it. Kelly pushes it across. He'll dig it out on the other side and set it up for the outside hitter. She pushes it across and puts it where there's nobody. As Lady Panthers unable to get to it. That was just a slip there from Aubrey Gerla, and that ends up a point for Winona. Let's go ahead and send it back to the studio to get a word from your Panther sponsors right here on your only home of Panther Sports, Big Country 99. Welcome back to Lady Panther Volleyball as Kreiner puts one across and scores for the Lady Panthers. It's 8-5 here. And it looks like Virtue will check out. Driscoll will check in for the Lady Panthers. So on the back line is Hannah Dowden, Hadley Driscoll, and then you've got Schober, Gerla, Kelly, and Kreiner on the front. They'll set it up for that middle hitter, and she scores. Number 7, man, she definitely looks like a volleyball player. That's Sadie Kyle, the middle hitter, just a sophomore. Back to serve, that's Lauren Martin, the outside hitter, sophomore. She'll send it on its way. Schober will dig it, Driscoll will set it, Kelly will fire it. That's a Panther point. 9-6. Winona up as Golden checks in and Schober checks out. Golden will go to the front line. Kreiner back to serve for the Lady Panthers. She'll send it on its way. It'll be dug out by the back line. The setter will set it for the outside hitter. She fires it over. That's dug out by Driscoll, set by Gerla. Kelly will send it now, and that's out of bounds. Point's going to go to Winona here, make it 10-6. And Kreiner will check out. Schober will check back in. Serve coming from Winona. Dug out by Kelly, Schober, and Driscoll somehow gets it across. Back to Winona's side of things. They'll bump it back to the Panthers. Dowden will pick it up, passes it up to Driscoll, who fires it over to Kelly. That's Golden who scores for the Lady Panthers. I almost said Kelly. Because Rowan Kelly's going back to serve. That's why, Tim.
Getting all tongue tangled, huh?
Yeah, something like that. Serve coming from Kelly. I'm glad it's so quiet in here and everybody can hear me. Set gets across. They'll set it up for the outside hitter. Nice dig there from Schober. She'll set it up for Peterson, who fires it over. Winona able to get it back somehow to the Panthers. Set by Driscoll for Gerla. That's in. That's a Panther point. 10-8. We're within 2 here. We're in the first set if you're just joining us. Lady Panthers down by 2 in this one. Rowan Kelly setting up here to serve. Serve coming. She'll get it across. That's an ace.
She's been amazing on that jump serve all season.
10-9. Yeah, she's got a really good jump serve there. Brings them to within 1 here. She gets the sign from coach and sends it on its way. And that's another Panther point there as we end up with the ball up here in the stands. Oh, and Tim almost
I tried.
Tim almost took out the volleyball players. Good job, Tim. 10-10 here.
They're busy celebrating as they should.
Hopefully you didn't mess it up there. Serve coming. She'll get it across. It'll be dug out. Middle setter will set it outside. Hitter slams it home.
That hurts me.
That hurt way up here. That's Taylor Williams. She's the middle hitter. She's a senior, and she plays like it. And that will, Rowan Kelly will check in, or check out that is, and Roth checks in, and that is why Roth checked in right there. She digs out the tough stuff. Back across now, set up for the other side. That's a block on the front line. That was Golden and Peterson combining for the block, but it goes out of bounds. Point will go to Winona. It's 12-10 here. Serve coming. She'll out the back. Point goes to the Lady Panthers. Should be 12-11. And that'll send Aubrey Gerla back to serve. Did you say something about her grandparents checking in?
Yes, I believe Dr. Gerla believed that his dad was going to be watching this game. He's asking about it, making sure that we're going to be up.
Lady Panthers tie it up there.
We told him you could find it on YouTube if you search up Mountain Grove Panther Athletics.
Yeah, you know what happens when you ring that notification bell, right?
Yeah, you get a notification every time we go live.
Yeah, as Gerla sends that one into the net, point goes to the Lady Wildcats here. 13-12 in the first set. And number 14, that is Lay, who is back to serve, and she's got power, sets it up there for Virtue. It's blocked back, and Roth can't get to it. Point goes to Winona.
Great effort by Roth.
I'm going to tell you, anybody thinks that, because Winona was a Class 1 school, that somehow diminishes their state championship. You have not seen these girls play. Panthers score 14-13 the score now.
Keeping it within 1 for the majority of this set.
Yeah, man, we've been doing a pretty good job hanging around here. We want to get up and get ahead, though, as Schober will send it across, and it'll be dug out, set up for the middle hitter who tries to push it across with a little touch, but she's just a little too short. It falls on their side of the net, and we're tied at 14. Mental errors. Serve coming from Schober. That'll get over. Set for the outside hitter. She'll fire one over. Nice. Schober wings it back to the middle. Now Gerla pushes it over to the other side. They'll set it up for the outside hitter. Big swing coming from her. Kylie Roth digs that out. Sets it up for Kreiner. And they're able to dig it out. Sets up on the other side now. Big swing coming. Dug out by Schober. Gerla will set it for Peterson. She fires it over. It's dug out on that side of things now. Back to the Panthers. Roth with the dig. Gerla with the set. Kreiner. And they dig it out. Back to the Panthers. It'll be set by Gerla. That's Virtue. Fires it out the back line. Just a little too high there for Virtue. 15-14. Winona up 1 here. Serve coming. Dug out by Schober, set by Gerla. Kreiner will send it. It'll be dug out now on the other side. They'll set it up. Bump back to the Panthers. Roth will bump it up to the front line. Set by Virtue. I'm sorry. That was set by Gerla for who hit it, Tim?
Is that Kreiner?
Yeah. And it went out. 16-14. Serve coming. She'll send it on its way. Schober will dig it out. Gerla bumps it up to the front line. Kreiner bumps it across. It'll be dug out on that side of things. Set up now for the middle hitter. She'll send it across. Dug out by Gerla, set by Schober. That's Kreiner, and she's blocked. 17-14. 17-14, number 15 back to serve for Winona. That's Williams. Williams will send it on its right. That's out the back line. 17-15. Sub coming as Roth checks out and Kelly checks in for the Lady Panthers. So you got Kelly, Kreiner, Virtue, Gerla, Schober, and Peterson as they set up for the outside hitter. And of course she fires it across and we're unable to block it there. 18-15. Lady Panthers down 3 in this one. Serve coming. She'll send it on its way. It'll be dug out by the back line. Set up for Kreiner. That's inbounds. That's a Panther point. Kreiner fires one over, makes it 18-16. Rotation here is Driscoll will check in and Virtue checks out. Hadley Driscoll will fire it over. Hannah Dowden's checked in too. She's on the back line. Big swing coming. Nothing Schober can do with that as it knocks her down as she
like
tries
bowling
to.
pins out there.
Yeah, it looks like the Matrix on the back row. You know what I'm saying? 19-16, Winona leads here in the first set. They definitely passed the eye test, Tim. Coming. Bumped up to the front line. Driscoll to Kelly. Kelly gets it over for a Panther point. 19-17 now. Rowan Kelly fires it home.
Lila checks in, Schober's out.
Yep, Schober is out. Lila Golden checked in, huh? Kreiner to serve. She'll send it on her right. It'll be dug out and pushed across by the setter. I think Driscoll could have let that one go as it was headed out of bounds, it looked like, from here. But it does not, and it's 20-17 now. And Coach Bobby Jo Bayer is going to take a timeout here. She takes a timeout. We'll take one as well and send it back to the studio to get a word from your Panther sponsors right here on your only home of Panther Sports, Big Country 99. Welcome back to Mountain Grove Panther Sports here on your home of Panther Sports, Big Country 99. Hey, don't forget my friends over at Mateo's got the watch party tonight. Swing by, get yourself something good to eat, something good to drink at Mateo's on the square. Old Matteo's, man, get you one of those Philly cheesesteak calzones. You will not be sorry. 20-17 the score here as Winona up by 3. Winona serve, and that is a huge jump serve from number 7, Sadie Kyle, the middle hitter. And it goes right out the back. So that'll be a point to the Panthers. We're within 2 here now. On the floor, you got Peterson, Golden, Gerla, Driscoll, Schober, and Kelly. Kelly to serve, and she'll send that one into the net. 21-18. And subs coming here. That's Roth checking in for Kelly, and she'll go to the back line. Serve coming, that's number 13, Lindsay. She'll send it. Roth with the dig, set by Driscoll for Peterson. Block back to the Panthers. Schober will set it up for Gerla. Gerla fires it, and that's a Panther point as she puts it where Winona was not. 21-19 the score, and that'll send Gerla back to serve. Hadley Driscoll will check out and Virtue checks in. Serve coming from Gerla. A little miscue there, but they're able to correct it.
Nice.
Back to the Panthers side of things now. We'll set it up for Peterson. She sends it across now. Set back to the Panthers. There's Gerla to Peterson. Big swing, and somehow Winona able to come back as Panthers now push it back to Winona's side. They'll set back up, and that's that outside hitter. Was that number 15? Taylor Williams, middle hitter. She's a senior. And you can definitely tell she's played some volleyball. Number 14, Bristol Lay back to serve. She'll get it over. It's dug out by Peterson, set by Gerla. Fired across by Peterson, dug out on the other side now. Middle hitter on the backside will send it. It's dug out by Gerla. Peterson pushes it over now to the other side of things. They'll set it up for the outside hitter. And there's a whistle. Point is going to go to Winona. They'll say the Panthers were in the net. 23-19 here in a close first set. Serve coming, dug out by the back line, set by Gerla for Golden. What a ball, just rolled across the net, landed on Winona's side. Nice block there from Virtue and Golden. They'll combine, and they don't block that one, but it's a good thing because it was out the side. And the point will go to the Lady Panthers. It's 23-20, and that'll send Schober back to serve. It looks like she'll get it across. It'll be dug out on the other side, sent by the outside hitter. That's dug out by Ross, set by Gerla. Peterson's blocked, and it falls on the Panthers side, and it's set point 24-20. Winona with set point here. Hey, don't forget you can also watch this one over at A Squared. As serve gets across, Schober, Peterson, Kreiner sends it, and that'll go out the back line. And that does it for the first set, 25-20, as Winona takes it. As they take it to the first set and take a timeout here, we'll send it back to the studio and get a word from our Panther sponsors right here on your home of Panther Sports, Big Country 99. Welcome back to Mountain Grove Panther Sports here on your home of Panther Sports, Big Country 99. We're ready for set number 2 here, of course, at Winona. On the floor for the Lady Panthers, Rowan Kelly, Sophie Peterson, Sadie Schober, Kelly, I already said Kelly, Driscoll, Gerla, and Golden rounded out as the first point's going to go to Winona. That's 4 hits for the Lady Panthers there. Unable to get it over. 1-0 to start the second set. First set went 25-20, Winona. Driscoll sets it for Gerla, and that'll be a Panther point. Tied at 1 here. And that'll send Rowan Kelly back to serve. Jump serve coming. And she'll get it over. It'll be dug out and set up by the middle setter for the middle hitter, and she'll score as she gets it over Lila Golden and Sophie Peterson. on the front line there, makes it 2-1. Sub coming as Kylie Roth checks in and Rowan Kelly checks out. Serve coming. It'll be dug out by the back line, set up for Golden. She fires it just a little too hard and out of bounds. 3-1. Bristol Lay to serve. She'll get it over. It'll be dug out by Schober. Set by Driscoll. Peterson fires it. It's blocked. Lila Kelly pushes it, or Lila Golden pushes it across. I don't know why I confused their names. Driscoll to set. Sets it a little too far over. That point's going to go to Winona. They'll say it was excuse me, illegal hit. I don't know what all that's about. 4-1. Lay will go back to serve again for Winona. She'll get it over. It'll be dug out by the Panthers. Set up for Gerla, who puts it across. That's a Panther point. A little trickery there. Trickery, I can't even say it. Trickery there from Gerla. And she's back to serve, Aubrey is. She'll send it on its way. They'll dig it out, set it up for the outside hitter. She fires one across, but that's got to be out the back. That is a Panther point, as it was just a tad long there.
Virtue came in for Driscoll.
Yep. Serve gets across there from Gerla. They'll set it for the middle hitter this time, and you can't touch that.
What you gonna do with that? Nothing.
Not a thing. Makes it 5-3. Serve coming from Winona. That's Williams. She'll send it on its way. It'll be dug out. Set up for Lila Golden. She bumps it across. That's a Panther point there.
Oh, a little kick ball.
Yep. Can't kick it. It's 5-4. Lady Panthers only down one here as Lila will check out. And Kreiner checks in. Sadie Schober will go back to serve for the Lady Panthers. She'll send it on its way. They'll dig it out on the back line. Middle setter sets it for the outside hitter, and she gets it down. That was Virtue and Peterson trying to combine for the block there, but it rolls off and hits the floor on the Panther side of things, 6-4. Serve coming from Winona. Bumped up by Peterson, set by Gerla, and that one's in the net. Sophie got a little over the top of it, makes it 7-4. 99. Kyle back to serve. She'll send it on its way. Dug out by the back line. Kreiner will send it. Rejected to her. And who was that? Virtue sent it that time, didn't she? Yep. 7-5. Lady Panthers score here as Roth will check out. Kelly will check in. Sophie Peterson will go back to serve for the Lady Panthers. Peterson fires it over. It'll be dug out and set up for the middle hitter, and she'll kill it. 8-5. They'll rotate here as Hannah Dowden's going to check in. Sophie Peterson checks out. So you've got Kelly, Kreiner, Gerla, Virtue, Dowden, and Schober on the floor for the Lady Panthers. Dug out by Dowden, set by Gerla. Kreiner will send it. It'll be dug out on the other side. They'll set it up for the middle hitter, or the outside hitter. She'll get it across. Schober digs it out. To Gerla, to Kreiner. Now back to the other side of things. They'll set it up for the outside hitter there. She fires it. Panthers able to dig it out and get it back over on Winona's side of things. Sets it up for the middle hitter, and she was too much on top of that one as it hits the net, falls on their side, makes it 8-6. Lady Panthers score here. And Virtue will check out, and Driscoll will check in.
Virtue's such a cheerleader for the team.
Oh, yeah. Serve coming. She'll get it across. It'll be dug out and set up for the middle hitter. She sends it. Schober sends a wing out and somehow gets a hold of it. Sends it back across. Now back to the Panthers. Kreiner will fire this one. And it gets back over now on the Panthers side of things after briefly being on the other side. Now back to Winona, and that outside hitter will fire it over. And that's going to be a point for Winona. Is it 9-6 or did they not fix the score?
No, they just changed it from 8 to 9.
Okay. 9-6 the score. And that'll put Kyle back to serve for Winona. Jump serve coming from her. Dowden able to dig it out. Set by Driscoll. Kelly pushes it across now to the other side of things, but just a slight little tip there from the middle hitter for Winona and puts it where there's no Panthers, and it's 10-6. And Coach Bobby Joe Bear has decided to take a timeout here, talk things over with the girls. It's 10-6 here in the second. Panthers down 1-0. We'll send it back to the studio to get a word from your Panther sponsors right here on your home of Panther Sports, Big Country 99. Welcome back to Lady Panther Volleyball here on your home of Panther Sports, Big Country 99. 10-6 the score here. Winona up here in the second set. They hold the first set over the Lady Panthers. Lady Panthers looking to make a comeback here in the second. They played tight there in the first, and they played tight with them here in the second. Serve comes across from Winona, set by Driscoll. Kelly fires it home. That's a point for the Lady Panthers, 10-7. That's just what they needed to start it off there, Tim. That'll send Kreiner back to serve for the Panthers. Serve coming from Ellie Kreiner. She hits it into the net. And she'll check out. Schober will check back in. So on the floor for the Lady Panthers, you've got Driscoll, Gerla, Golden, Dowden, Kelly, and Schober. Serve coming from Winona. He'll get it across. Dowden will dig it out. Set by Schober. Golden fires it over. Diving dig there from the back line. They'll set it across back to the Panthers. Driscoll digs it out. Rowan Kelly sets it into the net, and it rolls back into the Panther side of things. 12-7. Panthers need a defensive stop here, and they need it right now. That's Dowden who digs that one out. Driscoll sets it across back over to the Winona side of things. Their middle hitter, though, ready for it and fires it right back at her. 12-7. 13-7, sorry. Sometimes I'm too slow, sometimes I'm too fast. That's number 13 back to serve. Lindsay, she fires it over. And just an error there. Driscoll set it where Kelly couldn't get it. 14-7, 7-point advantage here for Winona. And she'll fire that one into the net. Maybe that's the spark the Lady Panthers need here in the second set to get things going, as it's 14-8 now, and that'll send Rowan Kelly back to serve as Dowden will check out. Driscoll will check in. Rowan Kelly set to serve. There's jump serve coming from Kelly. She'll get it across. Backline digs it out. Set by the setter for the middle hitter. She fires it over. Schober will dig it out. Set for Gerla from Driscoll. She'll fire it. It's dug out on the backside, and then there's number 15 again. That's Williams, the middle hitter, and she puts it down with some authority. 15-8. Serve coming. That's 14 Lay. She'll send it across. Schober will dig it out. Set by Driscoll. Lila Golden fans it across. That'll be dug out. Set up for the outside hitter. She'll fire one over, and Ross can't get to it. Point goes to Winona, and we're going to get a timeout here as Coach Bobby Joe Bayer has seen enough and wants to talk it over with her team. We'll send it back to the studio to get a word from your Panther sponsors right here on your only home of Panther Sports, Big Country 99. Welcome back to Lady Panther Volleyball here on your home of Panther Sports, Big Country 99. We were too close to the huddle, Tim. I felt like I was getting chewed on. 16-8 here. We're down 1-0. Serve coming. They'll get it across. It'll be dug out on the back line by Roth. Set up for Peterson, who fires it over. It'll be dug out and set up for the outside hitter. And the Panthers able to combine on the block there. Set it up for Gerla, and we'll have too many hits. As that one got fired into the net, and then you have no choice there. And too many hits. 17-8 the score. Serve coming from Winona. She'll serve that into the net. 17-9. Rotation here is Virtue set to check in. Driscoll checks out. So you've got Virtue, Peterson, Golden, Roth, and Gerla out there right now, along with Schober. Set for that outside hitter.
I don't like seeing her running up to the net, man.
Aubrey Gerla was just like, I don't know what you think I'm going to do with that. It's 18-9. She hammered that one. That's number 15 back to serve. Yet again for Winona Williams. She'll send it. It'll be dug out by Schober, set by Gerla. That's Kelly who sends that one home. And able to get the Panther point there. It's 18-10 as Lila Golden sends one home. Ellie Kreiner will check in for her. So now Kreiner, Virtue, Peterson, Gerla, Schober, and Roth on the floor. Set up for the other side now. Outside hitter fires it. Dug out by Roth. Gerla sets it into the net, and we're unable to recover. It falls on our side of the floor, 19-10. Point goes to Winona. And that's going to send back number 99, Sophie Kyle. She'll send it on the right. It'll be dug out on the back line. Set for Kreiner. That's fired over. They'll dig it out. Set over to the Panthers now. Gerla sets it this time for Kreiner. And the back line will dig it out on the other side as well. Now bumps it up, pushed across to the Panther side of things. It's dug out by Gerla. Set for Kreiner. She'll fire it. Back line digs it out. They'll set it on the other side. Middle hitter pushes it. And that's inbounds as Schober can't get to it. Point is going to go to Winona, 20-10. Man, see how fast it gets away from you? Remember how close we were just a few minutes ago?
Remember back then?
Yeah, remember when you said, look how close this game is? Yeah, look how fast it gets out of control. On the way there, it'll be dug out by Schober, set by Gerla for Peterson. That's a Panther point.
And the scoreboard explodes.
Yeah, as it gets winged off the scoreboard there. 20-11, and that'll send Peterson back to serve. Roth will check out. I didn't see who checked back in. Serve coming. It had to have been somebody on the front line. As Kelly and Virtue combined for a block there, they'll set it up for the outside hitter. Nice diving save there from Peterson. They get it back on the other side. Middle hitter. Too much, though. At number 7, man, that is Sadie Kyle. There's a pair of Kyles out there on the floor, Sadie and Sophie. And they've been making it hard for the Lady Panthers here tonight. 21-11. And number 20, Martin back to serve. They'll get it over. Set for Kelly. She'll fire it across. You're not touching that. Rowan Kelly will score for the Lady Panthers. Makes it 21-12. Now Virtue checks out, Driscoll checks in. So you've got Gerla, Kelly, Kreiner, Schober, Dowden, and Driscoll. Driscoll fires it across, set up for the middle hitter. And nice recovery from Kreiner. They're able to recover on that one, sets it up for Gerla on the other side, and she'll score, 21-13. That was all but on the floor when Ellie Kreiner just reached out there and gave it a little tap-a-roo, Tim. Serve comes across from Driscoll. Setter sets it over. Panthers end up with a score there as Rowan Kelly pushes it across. They'll say that one of the Winona players lifted it. Hadley Driscoll will go back to serve for the Lady Panthers. She'll fire it over. Back line digs it out. Middle setter will set it for the outside hitter. She fires it over. Dowden with the dig, set for Kreiner now on the Panthers side of things, and so a little too hard as Kreiner fires it out the back line. 22-14. Lady Panthers down here, 1-0. Serve coming from Sadie Kyle. She'll get it across. It'll be dug out, set up for Gurla. That's a Panther point. Aubrey Gurla makes it 22-15. Schober will check out. Golden will check in. Kreiner goes back to serve for the Lady Panthers. Serve gets across. It'll be dug out. Middle setter sets it for the outside hitter. She fires it. And they're like, I don't know what you want me to do with that. That Kyle, man, she fires it. She fires the Hita. Serve coming from 13. Holy cow, she hits it hard too. They got more. They're just coming out the woodwork. That one's blocked. Nice job by the Lady Panthers. There's Dowden will dig that one out. Set up now for Gurla, who fires it to the back line. They'll dig it out on that side and set up for one of their many outside hitters. Panthers dig it out. That was Hannah Dowden with the dig on the back line. They'll set it up for the back line on the other side. This time Dowden can't get to it. 24-15. Set point. Yep, and they battled in this one. Kind of got away from them here towards the back half of it. It's 24-15 now. But earlier, they were playing it pretty tight. Serve coming from Winona. Dowden with the dig. Pushed up. Gurla pushes it across now. Dug out on the other side. They'll set it for the middle hitter, and she's money. That's number 15, Williams. And that's going to end the second set, 25-15. Lady Panthers fall in the second set, down 2-0 now. Going to have to find an answer here for Winona. We're going to send it back to the studio and get a word from your Panther sponsors. When we come back, we'll have the third set from you for you here in Winona on your home of Panther Sports, Big Country 99. Welcome back to Lady Panther Volleyball here on your home of Panther Sports, Big Country 99. As the Lady Panthers combine on the first volley there and block that outside hitter and get a Panther point to lead off with a Panther point here in the third set.
Denied.
I got a message to read from Coach Hyde, and it's a little lengthy here, so I'm going to wait till we get a good break. There's Kelly with the serve. They'll dig it out on the other side, outside hitter. Nice job by Schober digging that out. That was a fireball. Back to Winona's side of things. Middle hitter will send it across. Schober with the diving dig. Set by Driscoll, and Panthers can't get a hold of it. Okay, so out of 83 boys tonight at Licking, Skylar Oliphant took ninth with a new personal record of 17:31. Max Williams placed 12th with a new PR of 17:44. And Trace White took 13th with a new PR of 17:48. Trig DeVries, new PR, 21:46. Mason Henry finished 65th with 21:23, and Lincoln Counter had a new PR of 25:30. Tied for third with Ava as a team. In the girls' race, Keena Roth placed 15th with a time of 22:24. Nayeli Soto placed 17th with a time and PR of 22:27. Chloe Bressy with a PR placing 47th. Katie Farron with a PR. Bella Garner with a new PR. Katie Farron with a new PR. And Caitlin Warner with a new PR. All for Panther cross country there. We're tied at 2. What happened, though? They lost the ball. It went onto the stage. Coach Hyde said, did any of that make sense? It all makes perfect sense, Coach Hyde. We know what you're talking about.
Personal best there.
Personal records. Yep. Serve coming here from Winona. They'll get it across. It'll be set by Gerla for Golden. That's a Panther point there. They take the lead, 3-2. Lady Panthers up in the third set. Roth.
Lila comes out, Kreiner comes in.
Yep, there you go. Schober to serve. She'll get it across. They'll dig it out. Set for the middle hitter. Man, number 15 is just a monster out there. Taylor Williams, that middle hitter. Her and the Kyle girls. They just hit it from everywhere. To the Panthers side of things now, Sophie Peterson will fire one home and score 4-3.
A pair of Sophies beats a pair of Kyles.
I've heard. And that'll send her back to serve. And Roth will check out. Virtue checks in. Peterson with the serve. She'll get it over. It'll be dug out, set for the outside hitter. And Kyle, Virtue, or not Virtue, that was Gerla that saved it. Virtue hits it across. It goes out the other side, tied 4-4. Now Peterson will check in and out, and Dowden checks in. So you got Kelly, Gerla, Virtue, Dowden, Schober, and Kreiner on the floor for the Lady Panthers. Back to serve, number 23. That's Harper Lay. Lay will send it on its way and dug out by Dowden, set by Gerla, and Kreiner will send it out the back. 5-4 the score here. Winona with a 1-point advantage. They're up 2-0. Serve gets across, dug out by Schober. It'll be set by Gerla. Kelly can't get enough of it. Ends up in the net, makes it 6-4. That's number 23 back to serve. What you got, Tim?
Just going to say short girl problems.
Harper Lay to serve. She'll get it across, set by Gerla. Kreiner fires it over. It'll be dug out. Now the setter sets it for the outside hitter. Nice and that was Kelly and Virtue that combined for the block. Back to the Panthers side of things now, set up by Gerla for Kreiner, who fires one across. It'll be dug out and back across to the Panthers, set for Kreiner again. She'll fire it to the back line, and they can't get to it. 6-5 now as Virtue will check out and Driscoll will check in. And now
some water on the floor.
Water, well, it's not that.
Sweat.
The net official's looking at the scorebook over there. 6-5 here, cleaning up some water evidently that got spilled on the floor.
I think they're enjoying the sound of the squeaky shoes.
I think Coach Valley Horning's enjoying it more than anybody is.
It's like little kids playing in the snow.
That's right. 6-5 here as the subs are finally made there. Driscoll will go back to serve. You got Hannah Dowden on the back line. You got Kreiner, Kelly, and Gerla on the front line along with Schober. Serve coming. Gets it across. They'll dig it out. Sets it up. Tries to fire it across, but it's into the net. The point goes to the Lady Panthers. Tied at 6. We're tied at 6 here in the third. Serve coming from Hadley Driscoll. She'll get it over. They'll dig it out on the other side, set it up for the outside hitter. She fires it over. It's dug out. Kreiner sends it. That one's dug out now. Set up for the other side. And It just deflects off a Panther and goes out of bounds. 7-6 Wildcats. Serve coming. That's Kyle. She'll send it over. It's dug out. Set back across now. They'll dig it out, set it up on that side, set it up for Gale. Diving save from Driscoll there. Sent across by Gurla. They'll set it up on the other side now. Outside hitter punches it over. Kreiner sets it back to one of the Panthers. They set it back to her. She'll fire it across. Now Kyle fires one over, and the Panthers able to dig it out. We're back on Winona's side. They'll set it to the back. That was going out of bounds. Coach was like, what are you doing? But Panthers able to recover there. And they'll set it for Kyle, who put some touch on it after a long volley. What happened? As they'll say that, they're going to say that the point's going to go to the Lady Panthers. So I still don't know what happened. Anybody got a translation? Say? Back row attack from the center. Yeah, I don't know what that means. Thanks though. The back row attack from the center. So they're gonna they replay it, right? Yeah. So they should replay the point. But now a discussion at the net between the officials. So lengthy conversation. You don't have anything to add tonight either.
Oh, you're doing a great job, Bruce. I'm just back here chilling, enjoying Chad's company.
Play-by-play and color commentary. You're supposed to, have some commentary every once in a while. I'm still waiting. We've been doing this for like almost a year now, total, like me and you.
Hey.
And I still have yet to get you to say hardly anything.
It's because you do such a fine job, man. I feel like I'm
Stop
stepping on you
it.
every time I open my mouth.
Stop it.
Yeah. Well, I did discover that they actually got a press booth up on the top there.
I know. I was gonna
right after I set everything up.
I was gonna bag on you for that earlier. I was like, "What a nice facility it is here! Look at the beautiful press box." We wouldn't know because we're sitting down
dark
here in
up
the
there,
stands. Tim sets us up in the top of the bleachers when they got this beautiful press box right up there where we could have seen everything. And they will give the point to the Panthers after what was a lengthy discussion, and of course, Winona's coach does not like the call.
Is the point going to him, or they're just replaying it?
Well, they said that they were giving it to him, so it should be 6-6, right?
That'd be 7-7 if they give us the point.
Okay. So still some confusion now. This is, what we're going to do. Let's go ahead. I don't want to send it back to commercial. I want to hold it here because, as soon as we send it back, they're going to start playing again. But, man, I hate.
So she's going back.
Yeah.
Breast Cancer Awareness Night tonight.
It is Breast Cancer Awareness Night tonight here at Winona. That's a nice pull there, Tim.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and send it back because now the net judge is getting down from her stand. So, not sure what's going to happen here. We'll send it back to the studio and get a word from our Panthers.
They're going.
Oh, change 3,333. It looks like we're going to play here.
All right, still no change on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they haven't changed the score. It's 7-6. So all that happened and nobody
just did 7-7.
Okay. So now 7-7.
And we got another.
Yeah. Okay, it's 7-7. Now let's blow a whistle and get some play going here so we're not just all hanging out. 7-7 the score here. We're in the second set. You can't make this up. No, Cousin Justin, and nobody knows what's going on or else we wouldn't be.
Some applause going here. They're getting fired up.
Panther fans trying to get everything going here. I think we finally got it all figured out, it looks like. Yep, there's the whistle. We're going to get back underway here as Kreiner set to serve. We're tied at 7 after all that. She'll get it across. It'll be set for the middle hitter. She'll fire it over.
Nice.
Driscoll with the dig. Set for Gerla, who gets it across. It'll be on the other side now. Set up for the outside hitter. She fires it over. Kreiner digs it out. Set by Driscoll. Gerla fires one now. Dug out on that side of things. Set across by the middle setter. Kreiner will bump it up for Gerla, and it's hit into the net. Point goes to Winona. 8-7 your score here. Kyle back to serve.
Kelly's in.
Yep, Dowden on the back line. Serve coming. She'll fire it into the net and tie it back up. And that'll send Rowan Kelly back to serve for the Lady Panthers. Dowden will come out. Peterson checks in. Serve coming from Rowan Kelly. She'll get it into the net. We're knotted up at 8. I'm sorry, it's 9-8.
Sometimes you're fast, sometimes you're slow.
Yep, sometimes you're not. Sometimes you are. Dowden, or that's Roth that checks in for the Panthers. Immediately digs one out. Nice pull there from Driscoll. Hey, is that not? Come on. That's a little late on the call there. They had already gotten it to the other side when she blew the whistle. And say illegal hit for the Panthers makes it 10-8. Serve coming, yep. Is that in?
They're saying sometimes I'm fast, sometimes I'm slow.
Yep.
That's
You
11.
just happen to be right in the middle of the serve there. Thanks a lot, Tim.
Not a problem. You want me to talk. Make up your mind.
11-8, yeah, you just picked the wrong time to do it. Serve coming. She'll get it across, and Roth can't handle that one. Makes it 12-8. Roth will check out. Kelly will check in. Serve coming. You're just going to sit over there and be quiet on purpose.
Yeah, I'm just going to pout now. I'm just going to fold my arms.
All right, Brush. That's enough. Back to the back line to serve is Aubrey Gerla. 12-9 the score here. Serve coming. She'll fire it over. It'll be dug out and set up. Outside hitter, that's Kyle. She'll fire it over. Schober will dig it out. Set by Gerla. Peterson fires it, but it hits the top of the net and comes right back, makes it 13-9. 13-9 the score. Serve coming from Winona. She'll get it across. Peterson will dig it out. Gerla sets it for Virtue. She fires it into the net. Point goes to the Wildcats, makes it 14-9. Coach Bobby Jo Bayer has seen enough. She'll take a timeout here and talk it over with the troops. We'll send it back to the studio to get a word from your Panther sponsors right here on your home of Panther Sports, Big Country 99. Welcome back to Lady Panther Volleyball here on your home of Panther Sports, Big Country 99. Back to serve for the Wildcats, number 14, Bristol Lay. She'll send it on its way. Schober will dig it out. Gerla sets it for Golden, and that's a Panther point as Lila Golden fires one across and scores for the Lady Panthers. Now, Tim.
Oh, Lila just checked out. I had to
Serve
look over
coming, yeah. Serve coming as they get it over. Oh, that was just, I don't even know how to describe that. Have you ever had a ball hit at you and you throw your arms up? Because that's what happened to the girl from Winona. It just happened to go over, and then Schober couldn't get to it. It's 15-10. Here in the third set, serve coming from Winona. It'll be dug out by Kelly. Set by Gerla. Peterson will fire it into the net. 16-10. Lady Panthers.
Coach Bayer's getting a little vocal out there.
Yeah. You got to do something here.
Harsh motivation.
As Kreiner fires one into the net. Makes it 17-10. Just not falling for him here. Serve coming. That's Kelly with the dig. Kreiner sets it back over. Peterson will push it across the net. Dug out on the other side. Set up for Kyle. And, of course, she fires one that's untouchable. It makes it 18-10.
Slowly getting away from him.
18-10 here, down 2 sets to none. In danger. And that's in. Wow, it is out. Oof.
So you shouldn't call it right
until
away.
You got to wait until she calls
I learned that from somebody.
Yeah, some jerk called it on you earlier, didn't they? 18-11. Panthers get scored on there. Makes it 19-11. As just couldn't get to it was Kreiner. Peterson will check out. Dowden will check in. Virtue's in. We'll see who else. Kreiner, Gerla, Kelly. And I'm missing somebody. Set it up and back over. Kreiner will push it back to the other side now. They'll set it. And Virtue and Kelly combine for the block there. Makes it 19-12. Virtue will check out. Driscoll will check in. Serve coming from Hadley Driscoll. Set, middle hitter. That was number 20. She fired that one home. That was Lauren Martin.
Number 20 making it 20.
Yep, number 20 makes it 20. Martin to serve. She'll fire it over. Schober with the dig. Dowden ends up pushing it back across to Winona. They'll set it for their outside hitter in Kyle.
Timeout.
And she'll fire it home, making it 21-12. Coach Bobby Joe Bayer is going to take her final timeout here. We're going to hold it right here. No sense in sending it back. 21-12 the score. We're down big here in the third. We lost the first two. Tim, you're going to have some major defense here and find a way offensively. I mean, I don't know how you put this back together. And you're going to have to score 12 points straight here. 13 points straight, yeah. You're going to need 13 straight points here. You can only allow 4.
One thing I am noticing throughout the season, though, is that their defense is spreading out a little more. They're not all just collapsing in on it.
Yeah. Starting, I mean, like you said, when they're on, they're on. But, man, some of these outside hitters, they're just unhittable.
Yeah, Winona's definitely a tough team.
Yep.
As we score on.
As Kelly will come out and score the first point out of the break here, 21-13. And that'll send Kreiner back to serve. What you got?
Oh, Lila comes in, Schober comes out.
There you go.
Always willing to contribute.
Ellie Kreiner will send it on its way. It'll be dug out by the back line. Set for the middle hitter. She fires it over. Panthers dig it out. Kelly will fire it across. Not Kelly, that was Golden.
Oh.
But Kyle returned the favor on the other side, makes it 22-13.
That thing was pinballed all over this place.
I'm telling you, she hits it so hard that, I mean, it doesn't matter that they're underneath it. It's hitting them and just flying off into nowhere. Kyle back to serve. She'll fire it over. Schober digs it out. Driscoll set it for Kelly. Kelly will send it across. It'll be dug out by Kyle on the other side. She'll set it for the outside hitter. They'll fire it over. Dug out by Schober. Set up for Kelly and gets it across. Now back to Winona. They'll set it in the middle. Outside hitter fires it over. And that was Kelly and Golden who combined for the block. Makes it 22-14. And we'll send Kelly back to serve for the Lady Panthers. Rowan Kelly sends it on its way. It'll be dug out by Kyle on the back line. Set for the other Kyle. She fires it over.
That was a miracle.
On a wing and a prayer, gets it across. Gerla sticks an arm up there and pushes it back over to the Winona side of things. It'll be dug out in the back line now. Driscoll sets it for Golden. Golden fires it. Nothing doing. Dug out. Set up for the outside hitter on the back line. She'll fire it across to the Panthers. And Peterson pushes it back to Winona. They'll set it up on their side now. And nobody there. makes it 23-14. Subs coming as Roth is going to check in here for Rowan Kelly. Kelly will come out. Kylie Roth goes to the back line. Serve coming for Winona. She'll fire it over. Roth will dig it out. Golden bumps it up. Driscoll sends it across. Now to the other side. Set for the middle hitter. Puts it across with a little touch. Hey, you know, when she fires it 9,000 miles an hour so many times, eventually you're going to lay back and let her. And when you do that, she's going to tip it over the top of you and make it 24-14. Here we are, set point. Roth able to dig it out, but not able to handle anything with it, as that's going to do it for us here in 3 sets. Lady Panthers fall 25 to, what was the final?
That is 14-25.
25-14 final. We'll send it back to the studio and get a word from your Panther sponsors. When we come back, we'll have your post-game report brought to you by your friends over at the Grove Family Restaurant. Keep it right here. It's your home of Panther Sports, Big Country 99.